So I'm back, I think, and you guys should hopefully be able to see what I'm doing now. All right, cool. Yeah, my OBS for whatever reason didn't properly load my screen capture. So opponent is has got a really slow opening here. Okay, so yeah, this is probably a Field of the Dead deck, I guess. I don't know, some kind of ramp to big creatures. For those of you guys who watched the last stream, I was able to sacrifice a Siren Stormtamer to counter an Emrakul, so take my turn trigger. That was awesome. So if they're going for like big ETB creatures or something with their ramp, then it's nice to have Siren Stormtamer on the battlefield. Yeah, so we have to try to win sort of quickly, I guess, here. So I think Thassa's the play, and then I get more devotion out on the battlefield next turn. Yeah, I guess so. Well, let's wait and see here. My guess is this guy would happily trade with the Silvergill Adept, so I'm not going to get in with it just yet. We can like main phase Trickster next turn. All right, there's the field. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're getting pretty close. They don't have mana up for Blast Zone here. Thassa, helping us out, scrying away another Thassa. Well, Ultimateo, it doesn't really matter here because I can just tap him down. So I guess they could run like Wraths, which would be interesting. So 2 fields, he gets to put a land on the battlefield, but he doesn't have another land, apparently. It's kind of strange. Okay, so this is going to make 4 zombies. I can get in next turn for 9 damage. Unblockable. Or alternate. Oh, hey, there's 3 fields. Yikes. All right. Well, I mean, it's still a 2-turn clock with Thassa. Look, Thassa, 2 scries for Thassa. Master of Waves is interesting. So, oh, this is in the air. So it's in the air. So yeah, it's all good. No, it's not a 2-turn clock. It's a this guy has reach. So that's problematic. So let's see. Get in with Thassa. And he could blow up all my 2-drops. Gets rid of nothing on his side. Just things to be aware of, like how can he turn off devotion? If he gets rid of my 2-drops, I'm left with 2 devotion. Yeah, I mean, I can just jam Master of Waves, but then I can't attack this turn, and I still don't have... Ultimateo, you're very active in the chat here. If I slam Master of Waves, he makes... Yeah, I mean, it's a good play. I'm just trying to think through what my options are. If he wipes my 2... Oh, if he can't tick up Blast Zone and activate it at the same time. So, yeah, Master of Waves seems okay. But I will play Witching Well first or Ben first. No, I'll leave this up, right, for Siren Stormtamer. And yeah, I think I'll just pass the turn. Yeah, seems good. All right, opponent's scrying. Not sure how relevant that is, unless he has some kind of card drawing effect. Oh, he did it during his upkeep. That's a trick with Ventress that I guess I need to be aware of. This guy's getting another land, 3 more zombies. And he's going to gain 1 life. Let's see. Math is 9, 10, 11, 12, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, 12. All right. I already got one of those things. I think we're trying to go bigger. Although they only have 1 thing with reach, so it might be relevant. But I don't think we really need that. Brazen Borrower is interesting. Could change the combat math, I guess. But I don't want to bounce something that gives him a land, obviously. So once again, we have 13, I think, and they have 12. I think I'm just pushing unblockable here. Maybe I'll play Silvergill just to draw a card, or Witching Well to scry 2. I think I'm just going to pass here because I can just cast Brazen Borrower on something or just flash it in. I also can hold up Siren Storm Tamer. I can also scry 2 lands with Thassa next turn and get in with 3 creatures if necessary. Opponent didn't draw step Ventress that time. Okay, 3 more zombies. Kind of irrelevant. What land did he play? So confusing. Well, I don't know why opponent's not scooping if that's their hand. I'm not missing anything, right? He can sack Blast Zone just to destroy 1 thing. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Devotion. Probably should have flashed in the Borrower. Sorry guys, 1 second. If he gets rid of this, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm not really that worried about my Devotion here. There's no instant speed life gain or anything like that. What does this do? Exiles from graveyards, and yeah, so that's GG, I guess. Opponent just trying to time me out or something, I guess. Okay, so let's see. There's this weird. Okay, so somebody's asking me, am I happy with the changes? To be honest, I don't really care too much about Standard right now. You know, it's possible that in the future I could play it. Oko does seem too pushed for like the babyest of formats. Like Standard is supposed to be the accessible format. I mean, Oko is just broken in Legacy and Vintage and whatever, so that seems fine. Also, free spells like Once Upon a Time, like could have predicted that one, I think. All right, so what do you guys think about Sleep against the zombies? I don't know that it's actually that good. Tidebinder Mage similarly, like tapping down an Elvish Rejuvenator or something like that doesn't seem great. I guess maybe this deck could play like Monodorks, like Llanowar Elves and stuff like that. They didn't seem like they were ramping to huge spells. They were just getting lands out. So they probably play Ballista, right? So maybe some Planeswalkers. So Spyglass seems reasonable. You guys can tell me all that you know about these crazy ramp decks. All right, so we'll bring in Tidebinder Mage. per Ultimateo's suggestion. I mean, it is a green deck, but normally you're looking to bring in Tidebinder Mage against like dragons and stuff like that, or goblins, things that you know are going to be problematic. If they are playing any kind of huge, I kind of like some counter spells. Try to counter like Hour of Promise. And then what's not amazing? Brazen Borrower, not that great here, I don't think. The end step thing that I can flash in. Witching Well is really good against decks that have a lot of removal for our creatures, so I'm going to take that out. I'm going to probably take out Kapala, because they're not really attacking our devotion, you know? So, like, Witching Well is specifically good against removal because it keeps devotion on the board, same against Kapala. I do like the flyers. Brazen Borrower seems okay for that reason. It's a flyer. They have the Grazers, which are a little bit annoying, but I guess that's what Tidebinder is for. And then I guess I can trim a Biomancer or something like that. Yeah, try it like that. Well, that was great that I got game one there, because as I was saying, I don't think we have the best matchup game one against these decks. This is a nice hand. Nice enough, I guess. Be great if I drew a 1-drop or like a Witching Well. Witching Well is not in the deck right now, so I'm not going to draw that. But like a Siren. I can't really complain about Thassa. It's a pretty good card. Both of these are wizards, if anybody was wondering. So they can turn on Wizard's Retort. Don't really have devotion enough for Thassa yet, but that's kind of what our deck is full of. So I'm sure we'll find more blue devotion in the deck. What did the opponent do with their scry? They went to the bottom, and so now they're just gaining 1 life. Man, this is a pretty slow format. I kind of like drawing that 4th land there. It's pretty nice. Let's see. I do kind of want to slam Thassa next turn, but she wouldn't let me activate or accrue the Smuggler's Copter. So I think I'm just going to run this guy out right now. It's interesting. If I run this out, run Copter out, and then, well, whatever. I'm going to go with Silvergill Adept. Okay, another counter spell. Hand is shaping up okay, but, you know, before the counter spells can be relevant, we need to develop a bit of a clock. I did just reveal the Tidebinder Mage. So here is Oko. That would be a good thing to counter. Most important thing to keep in mind with Oko is that he can turn Thassa into an elk when she's a creature. And now Oko's just on the board, which is obnoxious. I think I'm going to play Thassa for the scry. I could attack Oko now. Copter seems good, actually. And they're not going to be at 5 mana for Hour of Devastation, so I think I can afford... I have stuff to cast, so I don't really need Thassa's Scry right now. I don't know if I want to fight Oko or not. He's going to be able to counteract my attack. Maybe I'll just draw into a Brazen Borrower and bounce him. So next turn, I can go, for example, Tidebinder Mage, and then hold up Wizard's Retort. Probably going to animate the food, I would guess. Seems solid, but then I have my Smuggler's Copter ready to keep cracking in. What's he going to do with the 3 mana here? Tidebinder Mage is good against Elks. All right. So you can exile a creature. That's okay. Sure. Now I'm starting to feel sort of good. Um, all right. So I need to pay attention here. Ah, Supreme Verdict. Yeah, that resolves. And now Oko takes over the game. They missed the land drop, but I'm not too excited about that, actually. Well, Siren Stormtamer can protect Thassa from at least one Oko elkification. Wow. Okay. Just totally negating my counter spells. I think Teferi should be banned in all formats. Well, at least I can just kill him now. So I've got that going for me. And this guy's a wizard, so I can hold up our counterspell. And if they don't do anything, I can just flash in Trickster. But I have a feeling they're probably going to go for like Hour of Devastation here. It's their huge like payoff card that gets them their Field of the Dead. With Trickster, will be one devotion away. I hope this league isn't just 5 Field of the Dead decks. Yeah. Counter that, please. Oko can actually like trade for things. Such an annoying card. Well, that answers Oko for a minute, I guess. It also gives me devotion. I'm gonna put that on top. So let's see. Both of these guys can come in like at the end of the turn. Just going after the opponent here. I have a feeling it's probably going to be like Brazen Borrow, though, and Wizard's Retort, like another Hour of Promise or something significant. Okay. Well, maybe this is shaping up here. Attacking is bold. It's possible they have Let's see, if I untap here, draw a land, I can get an unblockable for 10. It's pretty close. Tap the grazer, I guess, here. Let's see, I can just, alternatively, I can just bounce this thing now and then play it on my turn and get the devotion, swing for 10 without even being unblockable. Nah, it's okay. Let's see if the opponent has any instant speed removal. I have counterspell, I guess, right? So I think I like Trickster here. Instant speed stuff seems good. I'm not going to be able to protect Thassa, actually, so I just have to hit with her now. I can actually, so I can tap the zombie down and get in for lethal, I think. Yeah, why not go for that, right? I mean, what does the opponent have? I have a counterspell. All right. Two cards in hand. Nah. Although, I think he might, nah, he's trying to go for 13 and I'm 8. I think he's dead anyway, but let's go ahead and counter that. All right, we got there. And that's the first round against Bant, Field of the Dead, I guess. Man, the color pie is getting all ridiculous. Like, why does a Bant deck have a bunch of zombies? It makes no sense at all. Like, Bant is all about nature and order, and then here you have all these black zombies, and that was just a straight up 2-0. Wow, that came together really well, huh? The combination, like top decking that Trickster, was pretty clutch. All right, I exactly used all of my cards to win the game. So good start. Let's see if that guy has any trophies. They do. They have 4 trophies. Wow. All right. So a rough first pairing, but we got there. Yeah, let's fix that up a little bit. Okay. I think, this is a funny kind of hand. I think it's sort of okay. I can go Witching Well, bounce something, play the Brazen Bar, and then play Master of Waves. Also, Witching Well is generally a really good play on turn 1. As long as it's just not stacked lands on top of our deck. Well, opponent's going to Thoughtseize something, which is pretty... Oh, hey. I guess not. Wow. I like all of that. So let's see. Let's try to plan the plays now. Turn 2 is going to be Silvergill Adept. Revealing Master of Waves. Turn 3 will be Thassa now. Turn 4 can be Siren plus Brazen Borrower. But basically, I've got my... So this is going to be my turn 2. Doesn't really matter what I draw next. Just put it like... I don't know if they have some kind of shuffle effect. I'd rather grab the Thassa first, I think. So, doesn't really matter. Let's go top and then top. So, I mean, that was a really good couple of cards on top of the deck. Well, if I play, I think I put the Siren on top, but if I pull, I think I put Thassa on top actually. Let's see. Yep, there she is. Okay. So now we were gonna have both cards in hand anyway this turn, right? Opponent knows about the Master of Waves. They're gonna push the Silvergill Adept, I guess, which is a little bit fishy. Probably means that they have another push in hand or some other answer for Master of Waves. Yeah, there's no other play here except to slam Thassa. Not going to be attacking with Mutavault for a while, so I'll hold off on... I mean, they could counter this for sure, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. 3 more Thassas in the deck. If they counter this one, I'll find another one. Nice. Witching Well already giving us a little bit of devotion. So now if they play like Kalidas, you know, we could bounce it with Brazen Borrower. Yeah, all right. Detention Sphere is a good card, but it gets kind of blown out if I bounce it on their end step and I've got a bunch of devotion. Okay, so now I think it's time for Mutavault. And let's see, if I... bounce this on their end step. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Also getting into the territory where I can just draw cards off of Witching Well if the opponent doesn't really threaten us with much. So this has to be a Supreme Verdict deck. So Thassa is going to be good. So now bouncing this pretty much just gets me the scry, I think. But it seems like not really doing too much else. I could just... let's see. So just cast this and start attacking. Kind of like that too. I don't really want to play into a... See, bouncing this, it just gets to replay it, which I don't love. So I think I'll just cast this thing. And now I don't think I'll commit much else to the board. Might even just draw 2 with Witching Well on the opponent's end step. I don't think I'll even play this Storm Tamer. We need some resources to be able to rebuild. Keeping the island in hand in case we need to loot something away at some point. 2 Sphinx's Revelations in 2 leagues. Sorry, 2 matches. That's kind of weird. I haven't seen it once in any of the like 20 or 30 or 40 queues that I've done. Sphinx's Revelation. Definitely bring in all the counter spells against this deck. So now another Brazen Borrower could be good because once we get a bunch of devotion, then bouncing Detention Sphere can just get a big attack in with Thassa. If opponent Thought Seizes here, I probably just sack the Siren Storm Tamer, I guess. then play out the next one on my turn. I am going to draw 2 cards. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Some Planeswalker or something? Yeah. Okay. All right, well, that's for real. Well, decent draws. With Elspeth down, I think we have to play like they don't have a Wrath, because she's just gonna get out of control. I could play Thassa. Almost. I was saying I could play Thassa and then make Mutavault unblockable. Would have been nice if I played that Siren Stormtamer last turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is her plus? She just creates soldiers. Let's see. Maybe 1 Master of Wave seems okay. Could also just, let's see, she has to get to 7. Could also just ignore Elspeth, you get in for 4, 4, 4. I don't think ignoring Elspeth seems like a good plan. This destroys everything with power 4 or greater, right? I think I'm going to activate Mutavault to block. If they want to use some removal, I can counter with the Stormtamer, at least get some cards out of their hand. They didn't follow it up with more removal, which is interesting. I guess they do know that I have Master of Waves, and I have to be aware of Revolt now. They can easily just block with a soldier. Trigger Revolt on Fatal Push. I think these guys are okay, right? Just like sort of keep it coming. I don't know. It's not a lot of devotion. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I want a 3rd right now. I'd rather have something like that, I guess. End step. So let's see. Really, really want to kill Elspeth, so I think activating Mutavault, getting in unblockable seems reasonable, and then just flash in Trickster on their end step, which will actually wake Thassa up. It's just in the event that they have... Oh, you know what? I should probably play Siren as well. Probably should have done that first. It's a little bit silly. Now I can still do what I wanted to do, I think. And at this point, maybe I just attack the opponent and then hit with Elspeth. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually not be so conservative. Swing at Elspeth like that. I really doubt they have 2 pieces of removal here, and if they use both of them on Mutavault, then the Master of Waves should be decent. Take through time. Okay. So opponent's going to have 4 cards in hand, 2 of them pretty carefully selected. All right, and we're just going to take, if they swing with the 5, they could have a Wrath in hand now. They did just get to dig quite a lot. Some life gain there. And now, I kind of want to let him take the damage from this. I like the Flying Clock. Although, you know what? I could flash in Trickster. You know, it's just 1 more point of damage. Also 1 devotion. It's tricky. Did they play a board wipe already? They did. No, they didn't. That was last game, I guess. If I counter this, I can't play the Trickster this turn. If I don't counter it and they don't have a Wrath, I can play out a Master of Waves and then Thassa will be alive. 1, 2, 3. All right, I don't know. I'm going to let him do it. It's a tough call. All right, took 1 of the Master of Waves, goes down to 9. They could have more life gain, I guess, with like a Sphinx's Revelation. Now I think I'll play Trickster, but then he's probably going to bounce Thassa anyway. Then I replay her and get in with some bounces Thassa. Yeah, I don't see the downside of flashing in Trickster here. I could sacrifice, well, I don't know, maybe this is wrong. I could have sacrificed Siren Stormtamer to counter the bounce on Thassa, but now Teferi just dies, which is fine. If in fact he does bounce Thassa, if he just ticks up here, unless he's got something crazy in hand, I feel like he's going to have some problems next turn. I've got 7 lands. I can play Thassa and then attack with 2 things unblockable. Yeah. All right. Opponent already played the Shambling Events for the turn, I think. I guess they could have a counter spell for Thassa, which would be pretty solid. Witching Well. So attack for 4 in the air. I do want to kill Teferi. I'll throw a Brazen Bar at him, at Teferi. Maybe I should have played Thassa first, but I just didn't think that I was going to bother with the ground creatures this turn. Okay. So now, I guess I can run out Witching Well, see what I've got on the top of the deck. Okay. So now, I don't know. I guess opponent can Wrath. They can do Sphinx's Revelation again. Okay. Gonna probably now I can protect Thassa, I think. Well, chose not to do it that way, I guess. Yes, that's right, Bricklevin. I did. And I attacked him with Storm Tamer so that if I had to sack the Storm Tamer, it would just be one less damage. Okay. I should probably activate Mutavault, but I don't know. I don't know how this is going to... And I'm not sure what this attack is. It just looks like a Wrath, right? But, yeah, there it is. They go down to 6, I've got Mutavault. I can play Master of Waves. There it is. All right. You got me. Mutavault's actually going to be a 3/3 because of Master of Waves. Nice. I think here it's just so far into the game, I don't know that making them pay extra is that relevant. So, I don't know, last card in hand is a push or something like that? Okay, an opt. Opt for a push. That's how this usually goes. All right, they take 3. Go down to 3. Get to draw another card with Teferi. So this is where the game really sort of balances on a knife's edge, because if they draw like 1 or 2 bombs, it can just get super out of hand. Thassa gets things in unblockable, so the Shambling Vent's actually not doing a ton. Trickster turns on Thassa, makes her a creature in combination with Witching Well. All right. You got me. But if he casts this thing, then I can tap it with Trickster. Oh, he went down to 1 for that. What? Jeez. Pretty desperate. He's casting this. Looks like I'm in the clear here. I mean, he knows that Mutavault is getting in unblockable anyway. Oh, is this going to gain life? That is a wrinkle in the plan, I guess. Whoa. All right, nothing I can do about that. So he's going up to 3. I can only hit for 2. I am going to get in with Mutavault. You know, I can, wonder if I should actually just draw cards with Witching Well. I've got... I know I have the Trickster here, which is kind of exactly what I want. This thing has lifelink, which is sort of gross. This guy's getting sort of close to ultimating. Wait, she gets to keep gaining life. Okay, well, let's hope the opponent draws a land, and then a land with Teferi, and flash in Trickster. I guess he can tuck Thassa here, which is a problem. This is what I mean. Like things are slipping away now. It's just up to, I think, the opponent to play correctly. Well, drawing a card seems slightly greedy. Don't know what he has. I don't know that I want to let this guy attack. Well, I think I tap one of these down. Okay, well, I guess I should just start playing very fast. I don't have very many decisions to make here. All right. Okay, well, my devotion is now at a point where if I top deck a 2 devotion or a two blue casting cost, then make Thassa wake up. At least it's a chance. Opponent is closing in on equal time, so that's good, I guess. This is still game 1. He's going to exile this. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So Teferi gets the ultimate now. I think I'm just going to make the opponent actually close it out, because this looks like it could very easily go to time. I could draw cards with Witching Well, definitely. Maybe I just hit Teferi with Mutavault here. Another Thassa, huh? Pretty good. And we just F6 now. Let the opponent take all of their actions. No, I totally agree. It's they have 3 planeswalkers and they're gaining life, so I can draw 2 cards with Witching Well, and that's the plan here. I just don't want to do it when they can still Thoughtseize me. Well, that wasn't too amazing. Man. Oh, they got me. Okay, yeah, so Kaya had an ultimate that I didn't realize was coming up. All right, so I'm slightly ahead on time, and the control deck usually takes longer than the tempo deck. So obviously Sorcerer Spyglass comes in, all the counter spells, and that's it. So then what seems good, what seems bad? Smuggler's Copter is amazing. Kapala seems solid. Brazen Borrower as a flash creature seems reasonable. Thassa is just carrying us, so the Thassas stay in. We didn't see Lily Last Hope, excuse me, but they could easily have access to her from the sideboard, and tapping out against them is difficult, so I don't know that I love Master of Waves. Benthic Biomancer can loot away extra lands, extra stuff that we don't want. So I do like the instant speed creatures. I do like Siren Storm Tamer. Witching Well is in the deck, particularly for these kinds of matchups where they're sort of wiping our board. So I think I can trim. Brazen Borrower's bounce ability. There's a lot of B's in that sentence. Brazen Borrower's bounce ability. Not that relevant. So I don't know that I actually need Brazen Borrowers. And then I guess trim a Biomancer. All right, so 6 counter spells in and 2 Sorcerer Spyglass. That's 8 cards in, and then actually taking 8 creatures out, which is not that great, but I think it sort of fits what our strategy is. So they have Lily Last Hope, then Silvergill isn't super amazing, but then again, obviously, neither are these other one toughness creatures. So I'm going to try to play fast here. Hopefully we get a strong opening hand. Definitely good enough. So I do like Witching Well. I don't like the island. Okay, looks like they could have a push here. I'm gonna take this opportunity just to get Thassa down. So we just pretty much want gas for the rest of the game now. That seems pretty good. Probably should have played Island, because I know there's like, I think Censor is floating around in the format. Let's go ahead and play that Island. If they're going to push Smuggler's Copter, I mean, they're going to do it sooner or later, right? So need to not take forever while I'm making these actions. All right, they let me attack. That's kind of cool. Peace out, island. We're doing a good job getting rid of these islands. Well, this is terrible timing. Makes me feel better about my chances. Oh, I don't know if I wanted to do this. If I was going to do that, I should have woken Thassa up first. This is, I don't know. That's excellent. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Can't take forever to think about it, though. I don't love Thassa just chilling out here as a creature, but they don't have Path like they do in Modern. Maybe now it's a Detention Sphere, which should tap them out. Guess they're going for Witching Well. No, they would have to go for Thassa. It'd be ridiculous to do anything else. Witching Well. Okay. Well, so now I get to hit for 11. Not 11, 9. And then the opponent will have a Wrath, but we'll still have Mutavault and a Counterspell, which will hopefully do something. Idea here is that if they have Verdict, then we can't counter it anyway. Okay, Teferi bounces Thassa. Send Trickster at Teferi because I can't kill my Merfolk now. Well, that's a good draw, I guess. Oh no, hang on a second. So now we play Copter. Hopefully they don't have like Dovin's Veto, which would be a little bit rough. But then I do have a Counterspell if they untap and try to play anything big like Elspeth or something. And that could just end the game. I almost want to draw it out a little bit longer. Thoughtseize is interesting. I guess I just let them do what they want to do. They take Thassa, I still have the Counterspell up. If they have a board wipe, we get to crack in with Smuggler's Copter. Man, I don't have a lot of you guys watching my first Pioneer Merfolk League. I guess there's not a lot of a lot of interest in the archetype, but I don't know. It seems pretty decent from my experience so far. The opponent is going for well, that's unfortunate. Let's see. Oh, there is Shambling Vents here. That could block. Let's go ahead and see if Thassa can get onto the battlefield. Okay, she does get out onto the battlefield. I think that I will Karoo with Thassa? No. Let's see. Whatever. Doesn't matter too much. Secure the wastes. Okay. Probably not going to work exactly how they wanted it to. All right, so opponent's taking 5. Things are looking sort of good. They did take our counterspell away. I'm sorry, I had lethal? No, because I couldn't have, I couldn't make both things unblockable. Okay, so now we just need to rip any 2 devotion, and that should be enough. Or not even, right? I think this is just game. I have flyers. I have unblockable. Okay, the opponent just killed himself. All right, well, it's going to be hard for the control opponent to win with 8 minutes on their clock. We're going to start with a 37-second advantage. Have to play tight, but you can see they're pretty far from winning in this spot. That game only took like 4 minutes, though. Let's see. I don't think I saw anything that changes my approach too much. Secure the Wastes is just something to cast a counterspell against. Kapala seemed really solid. Copter was amazing. So far in this league, I think Copter has been slightly outperforming Brazen Bar based on the matchups. All right, I'm just going to keep it like this. All right, looks decent. A counterspell for the late game. 1 drop right now. That's beautiful. We just want to allow this the time differential to increase a little bit. So if I have nothing to do, I'm kind of F6ing. Okay, he's looking for... All right, so he took the counterspell away. That's sort of rough. Not super terrible, though. We do have both of our Mutavaults, which is great against control. Drawing a few too many islands, but hopefully we'll find a Smuggler's Copter. Get rid of some of those. I'd really love to draw Merfolk here. But actually, I think I'm just going to jam Thassa. Okay. I could try to get him with the Trickster, I guess, but scrying with Thassa is pretty valuable. I mean, they could have like a detention sphere, but at a certain point, they're going to run out of their sort of perfect answers. This means we can't do anything at instant speed, so we have to be very careful about that. Looks like the opponent is missing a land drop, if I'm not mistaken. Wizard's Retort is incredible. Oh, except we have to deal with Teferi, right? So that's going to happen soon enough. Actually, I'd rather not let him pay 4 and then just wrath both of these guys, so... I don't know. Maybe playing Silvergill is correct there, but whatever. That's weird timing on the opponent's part. All right, hopefully they don't rip another land. We can get rid of Teferi, and counterspells will be live. Ugh, they did find a land. I think I'm going to throw both of these things at Teferi. This is a battle for time more than anything. I can't do anything at instant speed, so if they have 2 removal spells... oh my god, alright. That's pretty rough. I can't counter that. Yeah, and I also can't... Man, I got by the instant speed verdict. Yeah, Matteo, that might actually be correct. Sorry I didn't see that line. Opponent is getting low on resources, but they have this Teferi, which is a huge pain. It's quite a difficulty, actually. All right, I think I've lost this one. I did have a line I could have taken. but I didn't pause to think about it. The only sort of saving grace I have here is that they only have one card in hand. So hopefully it's 2 lands in hand or somehow, and they're not going to get any tokens, but we can start making things unblockable with Thassa. Spyglass seems decent. This is so rough. What is going on? You know what? Maybe now I just slam. I can't let him eat. I can kill at ballista, glass, and pass. Oh yeah, now I can't kill him. What? How can I kill him? He's still on the battlefield. He stops my counterspells. Anyhow. Dig through time. This guy's hand is kind of absurd. So I think this might just be sort of lights out. He had removal and dig through time. He didn't have to dig for the removal. And now he's got he's got Teferi, he's got the clock, he's got the lands. Ugh. Terrible. Like, I mean, I could have beaten Teferi, but I don't think I can beat Monastery Mentor, Dig Through Time, and Teferi. This guy's getting in for 10. Still can't cast my counterspells. Still has a blocker to protect Teferi. Well. And now I just have to hope that, well, if this is 3, 2, 2, and 2, it's going to be 9. So hopefully they just have one spell they can cast. I guess I can block with Trickster, but my guess would be that they have removal. Oh, and they're all already buffed because of Gideon's emblem. Yeah, all right. So they had removal. They had the Monastery Mentor. All right. All right, guys. We tried to go to time here, but it looks like I'm just gonna die. Block and take. Well, I could block and take 9. Detention Sphering. Yeah, I'll just scoop it up. So couldn't get there. That one. All right, opponents rubbing it in. I don't know if you guys saw that, but they showed me a Supreme Verdict and a Sphinx's Revelation. So thanks for that, opponent. Appreciate it. All right, so that opponent didn't have any trophies, but our first round opponent did have a bunch of trophies, 4 trophies. So let's resize this real quick. Okay, well, you know, we're getting pretty good hands. Can't ask for much more than this. So I've learned that I should typically open with Storm Tamer because if I draw into Silvergill, I'm going to want Merfolk in hand. In this case, I have extra Merfolk, but it's just kind of a good play pattern. In most situations, it really doesn't matter, assuming you have enough to do what you want to do. But it's a consideration. Like if you run out Benthic Biomancer, and then you draw Silvergill and you don't have Merfolk to cast, it's pretty feel bad. Okay, opponent found a Blooming Marsh. Let's see what they play. I can play out. Oh, nothing yet. Really do want to hit land soon, so I think I might go Witching Well Ben this turn. Okay, Fatal Push, you got it. Okay, Master's going away. Island's going on top. And Benthic Biomancer, and this looks like a deck that Kopala could be quite good against. So unless they slam Lily Last Hope here, I think we're sort of decent. So I think what I want to do is play a land, attack, make it seem like I have something bigger coming, which I do, but if the opponent takes the damage while waiting for that bigger thing, then the bigger thing, oh, all right. So they have nothing. Or they're just waiting till my end step or something, I don't know. They could push Kopala right now. It's unfortunate that they have Fabled Passages. They've already had 2 of those. Yeah, I might just get pushed right now. I don't know if my sequencing was perfect here. All right, they didn't have it. Okay, what is this? Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, make a human. That's fine, and if they miss a land drop, that's absolutely huge for us. That's wonderful. So here, I think I just tempo them, bounce this guy, or maybe I just tap him. Actually, maybe I just draw a card. Maybe I flash this in on the upkeep. Nah, I don't know. Kind of like just making him play that thing again. Then the next turn I can just play the Brazen Borrower as an attacker in the air. Although, of course, it doesn't have protection from Kopala. I would really love to draw another land so that we can double spell. We just want the opponent to whiff on lands for another turn or 2 and just play out that same didn't happen. So opponent can probably double spell now. They could probably do like Assassin's Trophy plus Kopala's Fee. Siege Rhino. All right. That's a decent card. Siege Rhino is. So now, I guess I could probably just start jamming Siege Rhinos if they've got a bunch more of them. We can Witching Well and something else. I guess we start by doing that. Okay, we're gonna go bottom, because all we want is a land right now. So maybe I Trickster and we just race. Or maybe I Trickster on his turn and we race. Yeah, that seems okay, I guess. Trickster on his turn, and then I start attacking with more. Well, it sort of depends. I think I'll do it now. Could also just loot with Ben, but that doesn't seem like it's the most efficient thing to do right now. We get in for 3, they get in for 4. Presumably we're going to play more creatures than they are. Well, I don't know. They've got their lands out now. Something like land plus Master of Waves would be awesome. Thassa would be awesome. Siege Rhino is pretty scary. We're going to bring in Tidebinder Mages for sure. I mean, post sideboard, it seems reasonable. So far, we've just seen Fatal Push and Siege Rhino. Okay. Means I can't remove any of my Merfolk right now. Opponent's playing defense. Kind of like to see. I think I can just completely overextend against this deck. It's not like it's not going to hurt me too much. So here, I think I actually want to play Siren and hold up mana to protect Kapala, for example. Opponent could totally be playing like Languish, and his Siege Rhinos would just live through it. All right, so he's getting a bunch of humans. I'm gonna get this clock in the air soon. Imagine he's probably going to start attacking with the Siege Rhino. Not yet. Okay, so this means we can Trickster and Brazen Borrower. Nothing has reach, as far as I understand. I also have 4 cards waiting to be drawn here. It's another good option, but I like the clock in the air now. If I can get Brazen Borrower in. Opponent's still got a bunch of cards in hand left, so they take some damage from Castle Lochthwain if they start activating it. Also, with Kapala on the board, let's see what he does. Okay, so Kaya. So I think that, like, what's our best draw here? Okay, she's going to exile the Storm Tamer, which, not amazing, but I can kill Kaya next turn with Brazen Borrower in the air. Okay, he's making more mana, so more to come, presumably. And a Fenza. Okay, he's got a lot of creatures now. Oh, they do have a voice. It's true. It's true. I should have thought about that. So let's see what they do with their attacks. It's a good call. I appreciate you pointing out these things that I'm missing. So they would get a huge token if I cast a Borrower now, so I might just draw 2 cards with Witching Well. I think I'm just going to take this here. All right, those are good cards. That's another good card, very good card. So Thassa blocks the Siege Rhino very well. Yeah, Thassa is good against rhinos. So this guy's going to exile my Witching Well. Sort of okay, I guess. He's got a lot of mana, though, at the point of the game where Kapala is not as impactful as in other moments, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have enough devotion to keep Thassa alive, I think. Opponent is, what, creating mana? It's already got 5 lands, so our Obsidat. All right, well, that's pretty rough. Land means I can play all my stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't really want land, though. Another Thassa. It's terrible. Because I can loot that away. Opponent's probably getting pretty close here. I can tap down something next. Oh, that is a voice, so I really don't want to do that. Could attack. Let's see. I can kill Kaya. Unblockable. Oh, this is looking pretty rough. All right. I mean, so Kaya is going to be dealt with, but I don't know. Things are not looking amazing. I can play Brazen Borrower and Ben, I guess. But opponent's got a huge attack coming. I mean, only really 2 big creatures. Oh, Obsidat. Okay. His opponent's at 16. We have 6 in the air. 5 unblockable is 11. We need 5 more, which, yeah, I don't know that we can get that. To make Thassa unblockable, right? So that's 11, but then we only have 4 more mana for 4 more damage, so it's 4 plus 11, it's 15. It's exactly 1 shy. Assuming the opponent doesn't have anything crazy. Creatures and planeswalkers you control have lifelink. Awesome. Yeah, Master Voice would be good. Would have been good a little while ago. I think it's kind of over, though, because they all have lifelink now. And so opponent can just attack and kill us. Gain like 1,000,000 life. I mean, what does this guy even do beyond giving? I mean, it's just his static gives them lifelink? That's absurd. All right, so opponent drains me, and then I'm pretty sure they've got me. Block, 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 block. Take a bunch of trample. Oh, why not attack with Obsidat? It's going away anyway. I guess if I block Obsidat, it doesn't come back and drain. I think this game is over. Yeah, I'll just scoop. All right, things starting to go a little bit rough for us there. It seems like Tidebinder could be okay, but all these like creature decks just seem like they go so gigantic. All right, so they do have Planeswalkers. They had Kaya and Sorin, so the Spyglasses come in, and then, I mean, Sleep seems okay. It's not necessary sort of to stay alive in the early part of the game, but it could be a good way to close out a game. Like, I think in any of those, well, the opponent was at like 20, I think, so maybe Sleep wouldn't have gotten us there. So maybe we bring in some counter spells to counter their bombs. They're going pretty big with 3 drops and 4 drops. It is a creature deck, though, so Sleep seems sort of okay. Maybe all the Sleeps. I'm often impressed with Sleep when I bring it in. What's not good? Reason Borrower seemed okay. They didn't really have much defense against flyers. Storm Tamer against removal. I guess Bends are kind of weak. Master of Waves seems good, although they can probably bring in Lily Last Hope, which would make him less good. Kaya can get rid of 1-drops, but we don't want to take out all of our 1-drops. So let's see. Yeah, so not really counter spells, it's true. I don't think it's the best choice, particularly since we already have 9 cards coming in. There's no Tarmogoyf to eat, unfortunately. I mean, I guess to take out the Witching Wells. I had a lot of creature devotion that game. And maybe one, well, we wanted to draw Master that game, so if they bring in Lily Last Hope, I think, we just pray that they don't have a lot of lands and we have a Kapala, I guess. And, I don't know, maybe trim 1 Silvergill Adept since I'm taking out 4 Merfolk. I don't know, Borrowers seem pretty good. I like having flyers in this matchup. That seems good. So I think I'll probably play Silvergill next turn, and then, unless some, probably Spyglass on turn 3, just because I don't want them to be able to slam Lily Last Hope, and being able to turn off Akaya or something like that would be pretty good. This thing made a lot of humans, but didn't really do very much. Well, that's good, because I can double spell on turn 3 now. Smuggler's Copter is a good one. Well, drawing good cards. So this will let us see their hand. Obsidat, Hero, Fabled Passage, and Offenza. So I can name Fabled Passage. keeps them off of one of their lands. Does this say non-land? I don't think it does. Yeah, any card name. So no activated abilities here. No activated abilities here. No removal is an interesting thing. So I think I just say Fabled Passage. Play a Storm Tamer. So they're going to play the Temple Garden unless they draw something better, like a forest or something, a swamp. All right, another hero, and then I guess a tapped Temple Garden. Interesting. I probably would have played the Temple Garden untapped and played Anafenza. I guess they're trying to get more humans out of Anafenza. So here, I think we just go... again, they don't have removal, and they seem to be a little bit stuck on lands. So I think I'd rather just keep attacking here. We don't really need to protect our Silvergill with Kapala. I could be a little bit greedy and play Silvergill and then... No, I think I'll just play Smuggler's Copter. It's too good. Also leaving up blue. I think I might get in with Silvergill here. I don't think they'll block. Maybe they will. I'll leave Silvergill back so that I can activate or crew Smuggler's Copter. So we're going to see Anafenza, and they'll probably just play the Fabled Passage, I would guess, even though they can't. Well, who knows? They've had 2 draws now, so they definitely could have hit a different land. But they didn't. We've seen Anafenza. Opponent probably not going to get in. That would be unwise. Yeah, but also, it's true, but I like being able to leave Smuggler's Copter back. All right, so now we've got Sleep Online. Doesn't seem quite time for that yet. I could have kept the island in hand, but I do think I want 4 lands. I think it's time to race here. If I play a Silvergill and then crew, I get in for 5 in the air, then it could just be time to sleep, I think. Trickster was pretty nice there. Trickster, Trickster, Trickster. And Offended doesn't have reach. Nah. All right. I like my cards. I don't know if I'm going to get to play Kapala, though. We'll see. I think Mutavault can go away for now. All right, we know opponent can't crack the Fabled Passage. And thus, they can't cast Obsidat this turn. Oh. Jeez. Well, I guess I can surprise them with Trickster. Because I flash this in now. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit tired. Let's tap this thing. Both of Kaya. What is the other ability? Whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker you control, 2 damage and you gain 2 life, but they don't have any planeswalkers. So now I think I sleep and attack. And that will do 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we attack again the next turn. Seems okay. I'll keep the island in hand for the moment, but I'm probably going to play it just so I have Storm Tamer, mana. But then Storm Tamer's not really protecting anything. Well, Master of Waves seems pretty good. So I think I'll just pitch that. This game seems to be going a little bit better than the last game. I think naming Fabled Passage seemed decent. Okay, opponent concedes. So we go to a game 3. Yeah, pitching Kompala was fine, I guess. I'm not sure that any spot removal would have been a big deal. I guess I could have like countered a Thoughtseize if they tried to take the Master of Waves, but I think they were just dead in the air anyway after that attack. So I'm just going to run it back the same way. We are currently, I think, 1-2 in the league. Right. Or is it 1-1? I can't remember. Ultimateo. Am I I think I'm 1-2, right? 2 losses so far. All right, we can keep this. 1-1. Ugh, I don't know if I can finish this tonight. I'm getting a little bit tired. But we'll see how it goes. The games have been so long. I guess the second one seemed super duper long. Because it was. Alright. It's a good thing we have a Silver Gill in hand. Hopefully they don't take it away because we need to draw lands. Alright. Opponent Fatal pushes. Probably going to play that human that makes humans. Got it. I could Trickster during their upkeep. Could also just play Smuggler's Copter right now. I think I have to smuggle Smuggler's Copter. And just hope that I draw lands. Opponent being on the play here is a little bit rough. It looks like they might be stuck on lands, which would be fantastic. Ugh, and now they play Deathrite or something and get 2 humans. Nope, not yet. Alright, so this is not totally terrible here. Now I play Silvergill to draw a card. Hopefully we hit a land. We don't hit a land. We got another chance at it, I think. I have a feeling a Siege Rhino is coming. Jeez, this is rough. Okay, all right. At least there's some kind of chance here. Hey, Undine. I was getting a little backed up on lands, but now I drew one. I think I might need to leave Smuggler's Copter back now as a blocker. I might even flash in a Trickster to reduce the number of little tokens that they make. Yeah, I'm on defense here for sure. This is when you cast, right? Yeah. So I think I have to upkeep this action. I mean, they have a bunch of Planeswalkers in their deck. They have a lot of multicolored spells. Okay. Well, they're down to one card. Land for Master of Waves would be very nice. Still, they can't really attack here. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Okay, well, there's some land. We can either get a little greedy. Actually, it seems appropriate here. Get even more devotion. Yeah, I think. I mean, there's probably pretty decent chances that they rip a another gold spell. But we're at 11 right now. I think I need to go pretty big here with this Master of Waves. Alternatively, I can just like sleep them this turn, swing for 5, loot, then play Master of Waves next turn. That doesn't get me any more devotion unless I hit a land and get a Siren Stormtamer out. Doesn't seem to really advance the game plan very much. Right, but I guess the question now is what's the best way to get greedy? I know I want to get greedy, like with Master of Waves, but do I want to? I mean, sleep. What does sleep do for me right now? Doesn't do much, right? I think I just sort of pass. Well, I'll play Storm Tamer, which will then protect. Well, hopefully I can draw a land so I can protect with Storm Tamer the Master of Waves. And I guess I just tap the Siege Rhino on their turn. And then just play defense with Smuggler's Copter. Okay, so now a land would be excellent. Oh, come on. They top decked a Siege Rhino. Okay, double sleep is where things start to get a little bit interesting. So now I definitely sleep this turn. And now they draw land. Don't really do much of anything. Oh my god. So if we sleep again, we get in for 9 again. And then we just top deck another sleep, right? And win the game that way. Oh yeah, I think actually this is pretty good. I always forget about that third attack when I have 2 sleeps. Let's see how this one goes. Yeah, we do want to draw a card. So this is pretty good actually because I can tap things down. I think I just pitch Master Waves here, right? Because they're going to take 9. Going down to 5. A Master of Waves doesn't seem to contribute very much in this position. They top deck a gold spell. They have 3 blockers, which is pretty terrible. I can tap down one of them. They've got 2 blockers. I can crew with one of these guys. Yeah, let's pitch the Mao, I guess, huh? All right, well, let's hope they draw land and we win. Look at this board. Opponent cannot complain about their draws, I think. What is going on here? This is absurd. I think we might still have this. So tap, 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 taparoo, tap, tap, taparoo. So Tidebinder Mage knocks that guy down. Trickster does one of those, crew it up, got 4 in the air. They can only block 2. I think we got this. Wow. Through the ridiculous rips. Yep, I am pretty sure I have this. So you get tapped. And in case you guys were wondering over there, you're going to get tapped too. Tap. Okie dokie. Then we crew with Merfolk Trickster. And then we swing and win. Yay. It's a pretty interesting game. Opponent is not even blocking. All right. The victories that I get with this deck feel like very much like Merfolk victories. They're sort of by the skin of my teeth all the time. All right, so 2-0. Sorry, 2-1, not 2-0. Oh, I gotta catch my breath. That was kind of intense. I think I'll at least do one more. It's not even midnight yet. While I'm waiting here, I'm just gonna fill up my water. So I appreciate the 2 of you guys who are here watching this with me. I think the deck is pretty fun and sort of competitive. I'd be super happy if I just at least 3-2 this league here. Oh, where's my... Okay, so this hand is good enough, I think. Especially that since the opponent mulliganed. This is such a funny format because what are these decks that I'm playing against? Like, I guess Bant Field of the Dead is probably like one of the top decks apparently, like with with Oko and Field of the Dead and all those ramp spells, like Hour of Devastation, but the rest of the decks, I mean, we lost to just like a ton of Planeswalkers, I think, in game 2. And sorry, round 2, and then round 3 was just like what? It was like Abzan human tokens, which I've never seen before. I'm really excited to see what kind of Merfolk we get in this new Theros set. Okay, Llanowar Elves. Oh, that was an excellent draw. Thank you, deck. His opponent? Oh man, if they don't have a land drop, I'm gonna be a happy guy. If you attack me, I'm gonna block. Come on, bring it. So now we just play Smuggler's Copter, I think. Yeah, the Abzan deck was pretty cool. I want this guy to keep whiffing on lands. Please, come on. Make this easy for me for once. I'm tired of playing like 30-minute rounds. This guy, yeah, okay. Adding 1 mana of any color. Interesting. What is going on? Okay, all right. You got it. A ramp, but without lands. Solid strategy. So now my turn. I guess I Silvergill and Witching Well. Maybe I just. Sorry, what is Mateo saying here? Well, I could bounce Lannery. They're kind of backed up on mana, I think. I could also just bounce this treasure, but I think this is an opportunity just to actually play, like, be a little bit aggressive. They're gonna have access to 4 mana the next turn, which doesn't really scare me that much. If they attack with Lannery and I have, let's see, well, land is interesting. I think I'm drawing pretty well. Next turn, I feel like I have to keep attacking, right? I mean, I don't really care too much. I think I'll just equip with Siren, and then if he wants to attack with this thing, I just block it. I can loot away one of these Vantresses. Solid. Hey now. They can play this thing, I guess, this turn, right? Right. I mean, if they want to kill the Silvergill Adept, that's sort of okay. You got it. Lannery making mana. Alright, so now they've got some mana. What do I want to do this turn? I think I like bouncing this thing at some point. But I think Thassa and Wishing Well seems pretty good. Witching Well. I don't think they're going to kill me anytime soon. They can play this thing. Doesn't really bother me that much. You know what? Let's go ahead and Witching Well first, I think. Another Thassa, huh? And what do we want to do next turn? We can go 2-drop into 3-drop. Seems okay. Let's put the land on top, I guess. I guess they're going to get another land with We know that the land is on top. So we can loot into that now. We've already played our land for the turn. Or we can just leave up Smuggler's Copter to block. I don't know. I think we have to attack. But we do. So if I say no here, I get to keep the cards in my hand. Next turn, the plan was to go Kapala and then bounce something with the Brazen Bar. So I think I will not dig, actually. All right, they drew a land, but it comes in tapped. Opponent gonna play something. Oh, all right. So that's gonna dig for something. Or untap something. Okay, untap the red. They make another one, and then they can cast this thing on the second main. I don't know, this seems like a pretty solid matchup. Nothing has hexproof. We can just tap them all down with Tidebinders. Yeah, you can have that creature. That's okay. They drew a card off of that, right? Yeah, that's unfortunate. But we can just bounce something as for the plan. All right, so Thassa is alive. Kind of stops their shenanigans in their tracks. I am, let's see. I think I keep getting in the air. Not blocking with Kapala. Well, that's nice. We got to loot away an island. Remember that we have these Witching Wells to help us draw cards. So now they have access to 6 mana. No, not yet, I guess, right? They have 5 right now. Oh, they're 6. I do have Siren up as well. They want, okay, Possibility Storm. Exiles it, and then exiles a card from the top of the library until they exile a card, shares a type with it. I don't even know how that works with Brazen Borrower. Possibility Storm. Do I just have the win next turn? At 7 plus 3 in the air, and then on the ground unblockable. Okay. I don't even know. I guess we'll see how it goes. Are they going to get they could do that, or they could adventures, huh? So now what happens? Wait, what? But they don't have a lot of mana, right? So how can they really draw cards equal to the adventures are creatures? Whenever a player casts a spell, exiles it, and exiles cards on the top of the library until they exile a card that shares a card type with it. So they cast a sorcery instant, right? They cast a sorcery. This is a sorcery as well. No, it's an instant, but this is a sorcery. Draw cards equal to the number of cards in your library, then put a card from your hand on top of your library. No maximum hand size. I guess this is okay. We have to be careful because... Wait, what? If we get to untap, we just win, I think. Even if we have... Well, I guess we'll see. Do I bounce Possibility Storm now? I think that seems reasonable. Of course, it leaves shields down with... but I don't have any other... I guess I have to cascade into Petty. Oh, yeah. Did that not work? Didn't work. It didn't work. Well, why are you saying do it? The Possibility Storm countered it, or it exiled it, and then it didn't hit any. It didn't hit anything else because I guess these guys count as. Yeah, I mean I've got Brazen Borrowers here, but they count as creatures, right? So. All right, so they got me. That was unfortunate. They kept a 1-land hand, but now we've got all these Tidebinder mages to bring in. And I think, I mean, Sorcerer's Spyglass is good because, let's see, it doesn't stop, it stops Kiora. I think all the counters come in, right? It's like a combo deck. They're not trying to kill anything, so actually, I guess they have that Stomp spell, but it's red, so it doesn't really affect Master of Waves. The Flyers seemed very good, so if they're not removing my stuff, I think Witching Well goes to the side. Counter spells seem pretty good. Not sure if I want all of them or not. Spyglass naming Borborygmos. Very nice. But if they don't... I guess they could hardcast Borborygmos eventually, it's true. Disallow maybe is just unnecessary. Stomp is red, isn't it? Oh, it does? Well, that's good to know then. Maybe Master of Waves should come out. It's a very easy way to kill him. And then maybe we bring... Well, okay. That takes all the Kapalas, all the Master of Waves, all the Witching Wells. That leaves in all the Dorks, the Brazen Borrowers, Thassa's. So we're playing a tempo control game here with no Master of Waves. It's fishy. But none of these seem great, and I don't know. We'll see. Well, that was surprising. I thought we had that wrapped up, but apparently they had a huge trick up their sleeve. Yuck. Yuck. If we draw a land, this is absurd because just tap down all their dorks. If this was a witching well, I would definitely keep it if it was a witching well. Jeez. I have to mulligan. I can't keep a one-lander. All right. This will suffice. I don't love it, but I might end up loving it. They could just stomp the Tidebinder Mage, I guess, but got another Tidebinder Mage. Guess now we're just looking to draw Thassa in this matchup, right? Because she's our closer at this point. Well, that's pretty excellent, as long as this guy lives. All right, well, we're going to tap that down too. Or maybe not, actually. Maybe we need to think carefully here. Yeah, Tidebinder Mage keeps them off that mana for at least one more turn. But maybe I just pass and counter. Maybe they just go... What Possibility Storm was 4 mana, I think, right? It's tricky. I really have to cast Silvergill Adept. I mean, the best thing here, I guess if I Tidebinder, draw another Merfolk. I don't know. Tidebinders are here for a reason. Okay. So now I think we just hold up a counterspell. Can't play Silvergill. Very disappointing. Well, I think I have to counter this. It's a totally different plan for them. But gotta do what you gotta do. That's a good draw. Well, I guess we'll see how it goes. We've got lethal on board. It's interesting. Tidebinder Mage is coming through. Thassa would be awesome. Another counterspell would be pretty good. Thassa. They play a 5/5, I play a 5/5. So Now if they play another like fetch land and they take 2, then Thassa is just lethal on her own. Opponent is probably aware of that. They can also gain 2 life. If I untap, I can make Thassa and something else unblockable, but that's only 7, and they can go up to 9. Yes, that should seal up the game. So I think I just attack for 2 now. No, because they can gain, they're going up to 9, so we want this to be a 2-turn clock either way. They can attack with this 5/5, it's sort of okay. What made the food? The goose. I could also disallow the food tokens ability, but I don't have the mana for that right now. All right, they've gained 3 life. I've got my counterspell ready. They played out that Mystic last turn because I guess they need mana. Yep, that's getting countered. So do they have 1 more mana here, so sorry, opponent. Yeah, all right. Well, we got there. That's a clock with counterspells. I actually think that the counterspells are so important that I might want to just bring in the Witching Wells again. Like we might just want to scry and dig. Obviously the Tiebinder mages were the all-stars for sure, but we want to be able to keep our opening hands. Witching Well helps us do that. And then I guess I just trim the bends. We're not going to be using mana to adapt because we're going to be holding up mana for other types of things. Raise and Borrow is sort of okay as a tempo play. I didn't see the Saffron Olive video. I'm guessing it wasn't like, he typically doesn't just play like his brews. This is awesome. All right, let's go deck. Mulligan opponent. Yes. Mulligan again. I only want this guy to mulligan because it's this crazy explosive combo deck, and they're very scary to play against, as I'm sure you guys all know. Well, this is a lovely opening hand. It's a little bit rough that we're on the draw because they can get to use their mana dork before we can shut it down with Tiebinder Mage. Another counter spell. Very nice. Okay, opponent is backed up on mana. And I don't see any red. So let's lock him down. No lands for you, opponent. All right, this is going pretty well. So now it's just hold up. I might even upkeep Trickster, tap down the Mystic. Blossoming Defense on Mystic. If I draw a land, then we know that my deck is fully with me. No land, but let's see. What did I draw for the turn? Oh, it's my upkeep? I put a stop on my upkeep? That's weird. Okay, well, there's the land. Deck. I love you. So we're going to upkeep tap again, and then we also have Counterspell up. Although, maybe I should be a little more aggressive than that, because I could play another creature. If I play a Silvergill, tap down one of their guys. Let's see. Next turn, I can swing for 6. You know what? I might just bounce this dork and then tap this dork. Seems okay. Then I swing for 6 next turn. Hold up, counter magic. If they don't cast anything important, then I can cast Brazen Bar from exile. Does this format have Veil? I can't remember. But regardless, I guess I probably just do this now. All right, so I have another Brazen Borrower. I can just bounce one of these dorks and then attack again. Seems pretty good. So I can't cast Silvergill Adept right now. Alternatively, I can let them do whatever they want to do with 4 mana, but I don't know. This plan seems pretty good, actually. Maybe I counter whatever they play here. All right, opponent scooped. So we've already, whoa. Opponent showed me their hand. I told him, yikes, good games, thank you. Sorry for the draws of this game. So let's see what he had. Fry, but no red mana. Lawnmower Elves, Lovestruck Beast. Possibility Storm. I see the mid-range plan is basically the Lovestruck Beast, I guess. But also, I guess it's that sorcery, right? That cascades or whatever into Enter the Infinite. Ratchet Bomb, but we didn't let them get that off. That was a really nice, extremely controlly game there between the Tidebinders and the Tricksters and the Borrowers. So that was awesome. Let's go back to here. And yeah, we can close this out. I'll play the last match. We'll see how we finish. Let's check out the last 2 opponents. I didn't see if they have any trophies. Oh, that person that we just played has 3 undefeated trophies. Oh, good night, Mateo. Thanks very much for watching. Wish me luck. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep playing. I'll keep this. So the hand is good as it is, which means Witching Well can come later. Jeez. Hopefully they whiff on whatever they're looking for. This spell is so dumb. Oh no, I figured it was that round was pretty fast and still sort of awake. It's not that late. I think I'm going to finish out the league. See if I can get the 4-1. Opponent's thinking really hard here, so it means they have decisions to actually make. So you know they're playing green. I guess I should think about what I want to do next turn. Probably just Storm Tamer and Witching Well. What would be a good draw off the top? A land would be fine. Thassa would be fine. Guess what wouldn't be? What wouldn't be a good draw? Don't really need another Witching Well right now. Okay. So this is another Tidebinder matchup. So there's that land. I'm gonna go ahead and attack. If they want to block with the goose, that's fine. But I always make them do it. Okay. Good block, opponent. So we do. You know what? It's not gonna make a difference really, but let's start with Witching Well. Thassa is just wonderful. So put that on the bottom. Put Thassa on the top. Go ahead and play that Storm Tamer. The feeling, I mean, the opponent could run out Tireless Tracker here. Could also just Thoughtseize me or what? Lily Last Hope? Okay, well that's better than I thought it was going to be for a second. So I guess the question is whether we run out Master of Waves on 4 mana to just get him out, or respect the opponent's ability to kill him with an Assassin's Trophy or something and try to leave up Storm Tamer. But they could also have Abrupt Decay, which doesn't hit Master of Waves. So I'm going to play Mutavault, because if they take Master of Waves with a Thoughtseize, we can still attack with Mutavault. And we are currently 1 mana away from, or 1 pip away from Thassa being awake. There's that Thoughtseize. Opponent is stuck on lands, it looks like, which is funny because they have this Tireless Tracker. So come on, Devotion. While the opponent is... Ooh. You dig it. Yeah, now if Master of Waves lives, we're doing pretty well. Westvale Abbey. What is this format? Jesus. Okay, all right. This guy's gonna keep getting in with this tracker. Well, that turns on Thassa, and then I can also get in Unblockable. All right. Assuming if the opponent is out of removal, I have this up, so it could. I think it's just. Well, I don't know. It depends on what they do here, I think. Okay, they went top. Something like Trickster would be awesome. Well, Trickster exactly would be awesome because we can flash it in and maintain devotion for Thassa. So this is a tricky one. I think I'm going to assume they have one removal spell and just keep Ben on top for the devotion. And then I can attack and still hold up Storm Tamers. Okay. Does this thing have lifelink? It does have lifelink. So if they can play two, they don't have enough mana to do that and play creatures. Field of the Dead. This is a field deck. Oh my god. Every freaking deck is playing that card. Okay, that can't be countered, but we have lots of devotion left in the deck. That's not it. Master of Waves is a good draw, but we can't get in unblockable. Oh, hold on. I think I just want to make these two guys unblockable, right? It's probably the best line. They've only got one card in hand and only one mana here. Oh, yeah, I could attack with Muta. It's true, but I can make both of these guys unblockable. But it's kind of the same thing, right? Because if they have one piece of removal, at least I get in for one damage here. All right, we got there. So yeah, I think this was the correct line here. It's close. It probably still would have gotten there with Mutavault, but again, if the opponent had a push in this situation, I still would have gotten in for one damage. So mid-range, let's do Tidebinders. Almost certainly going to have some kind of Sorcerer Spyglass can't name like clue tokens. That would be cool though. Doesn't name field. Well, they didn't have mana up for Abrupt Decay anyway. They only had mana up for push. I feel like that deck has to have some Planeswalkers. It's just black-green. They could have Liliana. They could have Garruk. So we bring this in. Oh, I can name Goose. It will stop it from making food at least. Not mana though. Mateo, what do you think about Spyglass? Storm Tamer is excellent. I like Witching Well. This is a Thassa matchup, and they do have a lot of removal, so we want to keep our devotion on the board. Copter goes over there. Well, it's bigger than their geese, and if they have Planeswalkers, Copter is going to help us kill them. Yeah, you're right. It's information, everything else. That's a good way to look at it. Flyers seem okay, but at the same time, if they have Liliana, it's 1 power. I don't know that bounce is super amazing. What if we start by trimming these and then follow up by trimming 3 bends? How does that look? I mean, we might want to hedge on Master of Waves if they're bringing in Lilianas. Master of Waves is also an easy way to win. And we're up a game, so let's just run it back. Have basically exactly the same amount of time. Well, it's one of the few definitive mulligans I've had to take. Oh man, the game doesn't want me to compete in this one. All right, so we're gonna keep 2 lands. And we'll see how it goes. Thoughtseize is a little rough here. Well, Witching Well set up Thassa. Well, 2 Thassas. So next turn would be Copter. Wow, okay. Opponent is definitely giving me a chance here to ease into the game. I mean, if they have like an Abrupt Decay or something, an Assassin Trophy would be amazing to give me that land. Yeah, it's Abrupt Decay though. Well, that's kind of gross, but we do have End Step Trickster to help us with Liliana. All right. Let's find some lands. All right, opponent. Well, let's see. They're doing just like normal sequencing. So this is unfortunate. So they have a fetch land, and they're not activating Liliana. Seems okay. They did. All right. Well, we are going to be able to turn Thassa on at end step at least next turn. So even though it's going to take a while, as long as the opponent doesn't Thoughtseize this Trickster, I think we're not in terrible shape. Like they're probably going to attack with the Tireless Tracker. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me change this. Okay. Unfortunately, they're probably going to have like removal for the Trickster if I play it. I think land is okay here. We eventually want to be able to attack with 2 creatures unblockable. Actually, being able to do that next turn would be pretty good. So Liliana is getting pretty close. Trickster is going to require removal, and then I can potentially scry into another 2 mana. Another 2 mana Merfolk. Okay. It's going to have to be okay. I might actually want to tap this thing down. They have not ticked up Liliana yet. I can just straight up kill Liliana in this spot unless they have push exactly. And if they have push, they're going to kill the Trickster anyway, so I think I'm just going to save myself 5 damage. Oh, my bad. They didn't activate Liliana yet. Ugh. Jeez. What are you saying about eat the big one? What do you mean eat it though? Oh, with with Thassa. Well, anyhow, this is what happens here, right? Um, so I can't really eat anything. Come on, 2 mana. Well, 2 mana. I guess I can name Liliana. That's decent. But then I'm no. But they had the push. So you're right. It would have been a little. Actually, it worked out my way better because this way I don't take 5 damage. Hour of Promise. They're gonna make a bunch of zombies. The Legion's End. What does that do? Converted mana 2 or less, and all other creatures with the same name as that creature. It's a sorcery. Oh, wow. Okay. Hour of Promise is coming. I can name Liliana. It helps. Well, these guys are going to be... You're going to sack a bunch of clues, gain potentially 3, 8... Well, whatever. We'll take one more turn, I guess. I'm going to name Liliana Last Hope since she's on the battlefield. And then, unfortunately... Yeah, I mean... I guess I could draw a Tidebinder would be pretty sick. But they're going to start making crazy zombies, and I think the mulligan to 5 got me on this one. Well, they're just cracking clues. They're not even going with the Hour of Devastation or whatever. Cracking those clues. So, full hand, totally full grip. If I rip a Tidebinder, I have a pretty decent chance here. Not decent. So here I can, what? I can chump and then just Stonewall. Doesn't seem to help very much. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's enough just to get another turn. They have 6 cards in hand. I don't know. Yeah, let's go bottom. I don't know. It's going to be a land then, and I have to scoop. Okay. Yeah, I bottomed it, but I could draw 4 cards with Witching Well, but then I have 1 mana left, and they're coming at me with 1 life. So Spyglass does seem good. Seeing Liliana Last Hope makes me want to take out Master of Waves and kind of bring... I don't know, maybe 2 Master of Waves can stay in. 2 Bends. I don't know, we just need some aggression, some devotion, early game devotion. I think I just need to not mulligan to 5. Now the opponent needs to mulligan to 5 to make it fair. And we'll see how it goes. All right, so this is going for the 4-1. I'm sitting at 3-1. I got literally 0 lands on my 7-card hand, and then 0 lands on my 6-card hand, and then got a reasonable 5, but 5 cards doesn't really get you too far against 7 cards, Liliana the Last Hope, and double Tireless Tracker. So yeah, Tidebinder Mages seem quite good. They don't die to Liliana Last Hope. They have a ton of removal, so if they get a little bit stuck on lands and we just have Kapalas, that would be awesome. This is very, very playable, and we're on the play, so hand looks good. So I don't have to run out the Witching Well just yet. Run out Bend, start getting some damage in. Actually, didn't I have Silvergill Adept to be able to. Sorry, Tidebinder to reveal for Silvergill, and another Tidebinder. Wow, okay. Have to be careful. I don't want to overextend because they could very easily be running Languish, and that's a perfect card to draw. All right, so things starting out very nicely. Let's hope that they stay that way. Well, double Smuggler's Copter is a little bit rough. Go ahead and attack. I imagine they have like an abrupt decay. So I'll play out, well, maybe double copter isn't super terrible. Because if they have like one decay and they use it. So do I keep the third Tidebinder Mage or do I not? I mean, all of their creatures are pretty much going to be green, right? I mean, yeah, so it's the sideboard card that we that we want the most, right? So maybe I go top for the land and then after that, so I go top first. And then I draw the castle next turn. Double black. Not double black. There's that abrupt decay. All right, so we've got another copter. Liliana's going to start pinging our creatures. Okay, I can dig that. That's fine. Tap him down. Start cracking in. Actually, might want to start thinking about adapting. I know that I have another Tidebinder on top. I think I get in just with the Ben. And then adapt if he blocks. Play the Smuggler's Copter. I don't really want to tap this thing down. Maybe I just attack with both. Adapt either way. Tidebinder lets me just keep the pedal to the metal. But then they just play Languish, which seems pretty rough. I definitely want to get Smuggler's Copter down this turn. Yeah, but I play Tidebinder and then they Languish. What if I just attack with Ben? If he blocks, it's fine. I adapt. He's outside of Lily range. If the board gets wiped, I still have Smuggler's Copter. Also, Smuggler's Copter is really good if they do play a Planeswalker. So I do, but I can't just be silly with them. I'm just going to attack with Biomancer. And then in the future, I can just like equip with Silvergill Adept if I want to. Okay, this is fine. Well, this is, I have to discard. I should have thought about this a little bit more, but I guess now I only have 2 Tidebinder Mages. Yeah, I know, but getting down Smuggler's Copter just seems really good here, because even if they do Languish or something, then I can... Okay, so they're just getting lands. And they probably have a push, which is why they just sort of rush out this thing. So now I might run out of Tidebinder. I don't know. I can't just be super slow against field. Thassa is awesome though. So now I just jam Thassa, I think. 1, 2, how many do they have? 5 lands. And then next turn I can start jamming with Unblockable. Maybe I should have, I don't know, this is a little bit hasty, like I should do combat first. So I'm sort of fine with him pathing or decaying the Copter, because it doesn't hit my devotion, right? Jesus. Oh, it's 3 of the same thing. I guess they have to stop having removal at some point, right? Oh, that might have not been the best. Spyglass, interesting. It's not very relevant right now, though. We just don't want them to make like infinite food with these geesers. All right, so we're grinding through this. I'm sure the opponent has a lot of sick top decks that they can hit. Ugh. They have a second Field of the Dead. All right, so I'm looking at a 2-turn clock here, but I need to keep my devotion turned on. She can kill Silvergill Adept. Don't know if I want this land here. I don't think so. Are these zombies going to kill me? 6, 12. Got some blocks for these 1/1s. Bottom. Jeez. All right. So we're gonna get in with 2 creatures unblockable, and it really just depends on what the opponent draws right now. Goostapusses. I love it. Come on, opponent, draw a forest. Oh no, wait, but forest makes more zombie. I guess, yeah, draw a land. Land just closes this out. Oh, hold up. What does this thing do? That can kill one of my creatures. Kind of bad for me. Oh, geez. Oh, man. I think that land is going to get me. That's terrible. What did they play? What did they play? A swamp. They played a swamp, I think. I should have left that land on top so I could get in with 3 creatures unblockable. Ugh. No flying creatures. I don't think I'm fine, right? This thing kills a Tidebinder. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 devotion. Maybe I'm fine. Maybe I'm fine. But then, yeah, I have blocks here still. I think I might be fine. I can take all these. Liliana, oh. Liliana can make one of my creatures weaker and then kill the other one. But it's okay. I still have good attacks and I still have devotion. I think I just about have it. Doesn't matter. Well, hold up. He could kill one, make one small, and then I could take 13. Let's see what he does. They can draw a card, but then I only have to attack with Thassa. Tricky, right? They can draw a card with this, but then they lose 1 life. Seems worth it, I think, right? They have to do the math. What a close game this is. I mean, imagine that they just draw a card with Lochthwain and it's another land. Just does nothing for them, and then it just makes it that much easier for me to win. Okay. Got it. Oh. Is this... Okay, hang on a second. All right, so now I can take 13. I can take 13. 2, 3, 4, 5. This thing, they can't use it anymore. They're empty-handed. I didn't even see that land. But I can block here with Ben. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have devotion. So if I block, this is just Death Touch. It's not lifelink. So Ben blocks here. Tidebinder blocks here. I take 13, and then I attack with 2 creatures unblockable. 1 plus 12, 13. Okay. Oh, what happened? What happened? Oh, we got -1 toughness. Oh my god. No, I didn't have to block 2/2s. So now I need a land or a 2 blue, any land or any 2 blue Merfolk. 1, 2, 3. That doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. If I get a land, I play Kopala. No, but I still can't attack with 2 creatures unblockable. Wow. Wow. That Hissing Quagmire I think did it. Jesus Christ. I can't believe that. Ah. A land would have been enough right here. No, it wouldn't have been enough. It still wouldn't have been enough. Because if I play Kopala, I can get in with Thassa unblockable, but not the rest. Not the Silvergill. That was insane. I think I just did as much as I could. Yeah, I don't know. Great games. Thanks very much. Good luck with the rest. Well played. All right, so I'll go ahead and concede. I can't block enough now. Opponent's not responding, which is whatever. All right, guys. Well, thanks for sticking with me. It was definitely very interesting. I did go 3 and 2, I think. So we got a treasure chest. We got our points back. Yeah, opponent said good games as well. So I agree, opponent. Well played. Yeah, that was great. So for the 3 of you guys who are watching, I hope you enjoyed all that. So many different lands. It was so easy to miss that Quagmire, I guess. And I thought I still had it, but it was the Liliana hitting our toughness by 1 that got us. We could really use some lords, I think, in Pioneer, but right now I think the only lord is green with Mistbinder. So actually, there might be another one. I think we might have from one of the core sets. I think we have like that 3-drop Merfolk Sovereign. I don't know if it's worth it. It's a 3-drop, and it's just generally pretty bad. But something to keep in mind. I do feel the lack of power and toughness. Like everything in the deck is 2 power or 1 toughness, and it's really just Thassa that can hit for a lot. But even so, you know, we still get a lot done. And it's getting late, so I'll sign off. But I will. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks again very much for joining me for this league. And let me know your thoughts in Discord, because I'm sure you guys are all on the Merfolk Discord. And I'll